Well, we have another first alert weather day on the way. And again, it's going to come in the form of freezing rain and some ice, maybe a little bit of snow. And that's going to be the only thing that's really different as we head into Saturday afternoon and evening. In terms of what's changed compared to when we watched this earlier this week is that now it's trending just for the end of the day on Saturday. So we're looking at the last 12 hours, just after noon. And there's also a better snow chance now than where there was earlier this week. What hasn't changed is yet again another round of freezing rain and more ice that's going to be in store. So you're going to want to make sure that you are remaining to be careful on the roadways. Of course, we saw one round of ice on Sunday, another round of ice last night and into this morning. Of course, that's going to be the main impact, those icy roads and some minor snow accumulation up farther north. In terms of what we expect to see as we head into the day on Saturday is that freezing rain arriving later into the afternoon. And it's really going to be split between a line of freezing rain and snow further north. It does look like that will probably be about half and half in terms of where we actually see the freezing rain and where we see the snow, but anticipate it to be a pretty slippery day as we go throughout the end of the day on Saturday. So if you do have any Saturday evening plans, you might want to plan to either cancel them, move them indoors somewhere where you're not going to have to travel as much, because we are expecting to see yet another round of some pretty slick conditions, but we will be drying out into the day on Sunday. But with temperatures staying cool, we could still see a couple of those slick spots remain overnight and into Sunday morning. Right now, we're not extending that first alert weather day into Sunday morning, but if we do start to see some trends that could point towards ice remaining at least for the morning on Sunday, we might end up pulling the trigger on just extending that just a little bit further to make sure that you are aware and safe going on into Sunday morning. Now, in terms of where we see that split, again, still watching for that track because we are still a few days away. It's going to be slippery either way, and we're kind of leaning where most of the area is going to be seeing at least freezing rain. But the farther north you get is where you're going to start to see that transition between maybe some sleet, maybe some snow, maybe entirely snow and not as much in terms of the sleet or freezing rain. And that's really what's going to depend as we head into the afternoon and evening on Saturday, what ends up happening. Either way, it's going to be slippery. We're going to see some slick spots. There's going to be some ice. You're going to want to make sure that you are safe on the roads. As for today, now that we saw that freezing mist on the way out, we've seen all that ice starting to thaw out. Temperature is going to be up into the upper 30s throughout the rest of the day. Today, it is going to be a little bit gusty. Gusts can get as high as about 30 miles an hour. And we do still have a couple travel advisories in effect at the moment, most of which will expire as we head into the later parts of the day as we continue to thaw out and these temperatures continue to warm up. Now, there is one other thing I want to give you the first alert on. We're going to see two different chances for other weather systems moving through as we get into about Tuesday, Wednesday time period next week. There's not much that's known about it, but we are still looking at it to be mostly a snow event. But of course, that timing, the track, and the type still uncertain as of right now. We're going to continue to watch this as we go into the weekend, especially after we see that system pass on Saturday, as this is going to be that next big thing we're going to be watching as we go into next week. As we look at the rest of your first alert 7-day forecast, we do have that first alert weather day coming up on Saturday. After we've at least started to thaw out today, remain cloudy tomorrow. Temperatures below freezing every single day after we get through the rest of this afternoon. And we could see one more round of some snow going into the middle of next week.
Man, well, you know what? At least we get like a little bit of a break between, we get tomorrow to kind of reset until that Saturday.
Yeah, we have enough time to at least thaw out today before the ice arrives. Then we're going to have a little bit more time between Saturday and Tuesday. So you have some time to at least relax and have a break.
Yes. Not for the weekend, at least you get a Saturday indoors. Get to kind of stay a little chiller. But yes, thank you so much, Michael.